Okay, this time we are going to do the opposite. This time we are going to interpret or translate an algebraic equation into a word phrase. Now here on the board, we have here our first example. That is 1 half x plus 3 is equals to 18. And that would be our word phrase. Or if you're going to do it right, let's say 1 half x here, or 1/2 of a number, because x here is our variable, that's a particular number. We're going to write half of a number, that is 1/2 x here, last year, or increase. You can say, you can use the term increase, okay, or plus, or added. Let's say let's just increase here. Increase by how much? By 3. Increase by 3. Now equals here is equal to, or is. Can be good. The answer is 18. That would be 18. Okay. So therefore, for the word phrase for our algebraic equation here is half of a number, that is 1/2 x, last year is increased by how much? By 3, is equals to 18. Okay, and this will be a word phrase. Okay, so let's have some more example. Okay, for our next example here, we have here 2/3 and plus 3 is equals to 6. Now let's interpret this. Let's change this into a word phrase. And let's do that one by one. We have here 2/3. Okay, let's write 2/3 here. 2/3 of what? 2/3 of this number. Okay. Now last here is addition. Therefore, the answer of these two numbers is the sum. So we're going to use the sum. 2/3 of the sum of a number, which is n, for our variable of a number, and 3 is equal to 6. Okay, that will be a word phrase. No, 2/3. That is here. This is 2/3 of the sum, which is the result of adding these two numbers, the sum of a number, which is m, and 3, that is equals to 6. And that will be a word phrase for this algebraic expression. Okay, well, let's have some more example. Okay, here for our next example, we have here 3k plus 7 equals 34. Let's change this into a word phrase. We can also start here from 7. Okay, if we're going to start from 7, we can say that 7 more, because we are going to add 7 more 3 times, that is the 3 here, 3 times a number, because k here is our variable, it's a number, and it's being multiplied 3 times by 3. So we can say 7 more than thrice, okay, or 3 times thrice a number, which is k here for our variable, is equal to 34. Okay, we're going to read this. 7 more, this is plus 7, then thrice, that is 3 times a number, which is 3k, is equals to 34. Okay, that would be our word phrase for this algebraic equation. Okay, now let's have some more example. Okay, so for our next example, we have here 2n minus 13 equals 9. Now let's change this algebraic equation into a word phrase. Now let's start. Maybe from here, we can start from here. So this is 13. Now 13, to write that number 13, and subtraction here is less. So 13 less. So that's what this number. We have twice of this number. Therefore, we can say 13 less than twice a number. Okay, now twice a number here is this 2n. Okay, now 13 is here, less is subtraction. Okay, now equals here is, and for our answer, that is 9. Therefore, we can say that if we're going to read this algebraic equation, that is 13 less than twice a number, this n, is 9. Okay, this will be our word phrase. Okay, so let's have one last example for you. Okay, now for our last example here on our lesson, we have here 5. Okay, parentheses b plus 28 plus parentheses is equals to 150. Now let's change this algebraic equation into a word phrase. So let's do that. Let's start from here. We have here 5, meaning 5 times to the quantity, to the answer of this two numbers. So therefore, we can say 5 times. Okay? 5 times of this two number, the result of adding b and 28. Therefore, we can say 5 times the sum. Okay? Because the sum here is the result of adding numbers. Sum of a number, that is b for our variable, and 28 is equal to, or is 150. And this will be our word phrase for this algebraic equation. Okay, so 5 times 5 here for the sum of these two numbers. We're going to add these two numbers, the sum of a number which is b for our variable and 28, 68 for our constant, is equals to 150. This will be our word phrase for this algebraic equation. So that's how we interpret word phrase into an algebraic equation, or that's how we change algebraic equation into a word phrase. Just like changing or interpreting algebraic expressions. The only difference is the equal sign for our equation. So that's it for today. Ben, thank you for your time. See you next lesson.